Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mark from Northwest Bourbon, and thanks for joining me for episode 4 of the Sample Battle. The Battle of the Samples. This is where samples that were given to me battle each other blind. And I start off by trying out a bottle that I got from somebody else. Like, I didn't go to the store and buy it. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes watching a lot of Whiskey Tube, I wish there was just regular bottles that I see at the store all the time that got a little bit more of a review or something, as opposed to all these fancy unicorns and like store picks and things that I'll never be able to get. So a couple months ago, the other guys from Northwest Bourbon were over here, and Chester brought a bottle of Jim Beam Double Oak. And he knows that I'm not a big Beam fan. When it comes to regular Jim Beam and even the Jim Beam single barrel, I didn't really dig it that much. And I don't like standard regular white label Jim Beam. He told me to try the Jim Beam Double Oak, and I tried it, and I was like, man, that's actually pretty good. So when Chester left, he said, oh, I'm just going to leave that here. And I was like, really? Are you sure? And he's like, it's not a big deal. It's a $19 bottle. And I was like, really? Okay. So this is the Jim Beam Double Oak in my Wisdom glass. See what this glass does to the nose on that bad boy. Ooh, lots of honey. Brown sugar, really sweet. You can smell the double oak. You can smell that additional layer of wood. But there's a lot of brown sugar in here. I like how this glass just like tunnels up all those smells right to you. Yeah, there's like a roasted peanut shell in there, and I thought for a second I got like a fruity note, but I couldn't really distinguish which fruit. Cheers. Lots of sweet honey and brown sugar on the tip of the tongue. Nice full coating on the middle of the palate. There's a little bit of a finish. Not too strong of a finish. You see, we're looking at 86 proof. So the finish isn't crazy strong. There's a lot of wood. Maybe a touch of like a white pepper. And see, something like this wants me to explore a little bit more the rest of the lower end Jim Beam line. Because I know that I wasn't a fan of the standard Jim Beam, but this is good. So I'm wondering if some of the other offerings on this line, like the Devil's Cut and some of those other ones, will be something that agrees with me a little bit more than the standard. Yeah, that's good. It's got a great balance to it. Nothing too sharp one way or another. It's just a satisfying pour. Pick a random number between 1 and 13. Number 12. Okay, so I have to say okay. Okay, so I'm gonna mute that because when I was watching the old video, every time it said that, it would pull it up on my phone. So just in case you're watching it on your phone, don't want to mess it up for you. Number 12. Just writing the numbers on there so I don't get them mixed up over here. Pick again. Pick again. Good. Number 10. Get some water, start fresh. Alright guys, here's number 10. For how little is in this glass, it's got a nice rich color to it. Oh, there we go. This smells nice. There's some depth to it, some darkness, almost molasses. Molasses on a red fruit. Definitely a little bit of vanilla. Oh, what is that? Yeah, that smells great. You see that? It's got some nice legs on there. The legs look fantastic. Nice, rich, oily, nice, full-bodied smell coming out of it. It smells like everything you would want out of a bourbon. Can number 12 stand up to the nose of 10, though? This one's a bit lighter. There's some vanilla. There's some like a a creamy cherry, not like a cherry. Definitely give the nose a 10. Let's start off with the palate. You know what? I'm going to start with the palate of 12 because it smells lighter on the flavor spectrum. 10 smells darker. So I'm going to start with the lighter one. Oh, interesting. There was almost a citrus note right off the bat. It's got a nice mouth coat. It does taste a little bit crafty, but it's got a nice herby kind of finish. Some good baking spices on the palate. Lots of good vanilla and like a white cane sugar. Second sip had a little bit more wood, a little bit more bitterness. But with what I was expecting from the nose, I'm not hating this palate. Let's go to 10. Can number 10 beat 12 when it comes to the palate? 10 is definitely a higher proof than 12. Lots of rich flavors. Flows all over your mouth. A little bit more drying on the cheeks. There's definitely more of a finish. I would put money this has a higher proof than 12. 10 does. It's got a lot of rich flavors, but they don't stick around in my palate as much as I would want them to. It's really tasty. The second sip had more fruit notes and brown sugar. So it's like white sugar versus brown sugar. Alright, round 2. She got 12. There was a little bit of banana that time. And a little bit more floral. The second sip of 12 was a little bit more floral. The initial hit was candy banana. Not a real banana, but like a candied one, like Runts and stuff like that. Banana taffy. It's pleasant, certainly drinkable. There's a richness in here that's just really good. So I'd say when it comes to how much I like the palate, I'd say they're pretty even. The palate is completely different between 10 and 12. Like I said, it's white sugar versus brown sugar. But the finish is way better on 10, and the nose is better on 10. The palates are even. So sorry 12, that means you're out. Even though you are good, you are crushable, I would still buy a bottle of you. See what 12 is. This might be the closest matchup so far in the sample battle. Battle of the samples. Oh, snaps. This is Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 25. Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 25. Whatever that one lost to has got to be good. Because, like I said, that was the closest sample battle we've had so far. Thank you, Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Spirits for sending me that. I've never had a Jefferson's Ocean before. I've had their regular... Yeah, put some hurtin' on the regular small batch Jefferson's. Put some hurtin' on that bottle. It's pretty good for a $30 bottle. It's great. But I've never tried the Ocean series before. I told them, I was like, hey, I've never had an Ocean's. I've heard very difference in opinion on whether it's worth the price point or not. It's good. It's good. I like the flavor. I like the balance of it. It has a lot going on, but it did not beat number 10. So now I'm just even more curious what number 10 is, but we're going to have to wait to find that out. And this sample battle's crazy. I don't even get to find out who the winner was. But we'll see. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep your drinks wet. Cheers.